Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's a very exciting video for me because I'm going to be talking about my new latest manga obsession, which is this beautiful series right here, Given. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have probably already heard about this series because it's quite popular. But yeah, despite it being very popular, I had just never heard about it and it had never been on my radar for whatever reason. But I had been watching a lot of manga collection videos recently, and I just noticed that this series kept popping up on people's shelves, and everyone in the comment section of those videos were like ranting about how much they love this series. And the premise kind of intrigued me because I had never read a manga centered around like characters that were in a band. So I was like, it's a BL, and I'm always looking to have more BLs in my collection. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. And so I kind of bought the first four volumes on a whim. It was definitely an impulse buy. And that's kind of unlike me because usually when I'm trying out a series for the first time, I like to just buy like the first volume, maybe the first two, just to get a feel for it and see if I like it first. But my intuition was telling me, like, no, buy more because you're going to love this series. And let me tell you, my intuition was absolutely correct because I am absolutely obsessed with this. I read all four of these, binge read all four of these volumes within a day. And so I just kind of wanted to make a video giving you guys my first impressions, my thoughts and opinions on this series so far, and hopefully, influencing some of you guys to pick this up. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So the story kind of starts out by introducing our main character, right here with the black hair, Ueno Yama, who is kind of this grumpy, angsty, moody teenager who just so happens to be an extremely talented guitar player who's in a band with these two older gentlemen right here. And one day, Ueno Yama's just at high school, living his life, doing his normal routine, when he runs into this guy right here, Mafuyu. And Mafuyu kind of takes an instant attachment to Ueno Yama and is really wanting Ueno Yama to teach him how to play guitar. And Ueno Yama at first wants absolutely nothing to do with this. He's like, absolutely not. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, just go to the music club. Like, they'll teach you how to play guitar. Like, get out of my hair. But Mafuyu is very persistent. And so Ueno Yama is eventually like, fine, I guess you can come with me to watch my band, practice. And maybe we can teach you a few things. So he brings Mafuyu to band practice and introduces him to these two characters. Haruki, who is kind of like the glue of the band and kind of like is in charge of keeping everyone motivated and getting the band gigs and stuff like that. And Akihiko, who is the drummer of the band, who is kind of this playboy, bad boy type. But basically, they start teaching Mafuyu a few things, and he's not the best at guitar right at the beginning, so they're kind of skeptical of how far he's going to get. But after a while, Ueno Yama ends up hearing Mafuyu sing, and immediately is like, oh my gosh, like, your voice is amazing, you absolutely have to join our band. And so the story kind of blossoms from there, with Mafuyu joining these three, and them becoming a foursome, and kind of just joining together with their passion of music to try and create this successful band. And yeah, as the story progresses, we slowly just start to see Ueno Yama and Mafuyu kind of grow closer, and we get to see kind of their budding romance, which I absolutely love and adore, by the way, because I absolutely love the dynamic with their two completely different personalities. Because Ueno Yama is kind of this grumpy, angsty dude, whereas Mafuyu's this super sweet cinnamon roll that you just want to protect at all costs. So I absolutely love their relationship together and love seeing like that progress. And it's not only great to see like Ueno Yama and Mafuyu's relationship develop, but seeing the development between all of the members of the band and just, seeing them balance kind of their personal lives and relationships with each other while also like balancing their passion for music. And this series is just so good. The storyline is very dramatic. There's lots of emotional, dramatic moments. So if you really like a drama-heavy series, I would definitely recommend this. I've heard a lot of people say that they think that the series is a little bit too dramatic, but I personally really love the drama. I don't find it too dramatic at all. I think this series actually has quite a good balance of the dramatic, emotional conflict as well as like super cute and adorable moments and like kind of comedic moments in between. But yeah, so far I'm absolutely loving everything about this series. All of the characters have been extremely lovable so far. The plot is super interesting and keeps me on my toes. The fourth volume especially the fourth volume especially gets quite messy. I'm not gonna go into specifics, but this character right here, Akihiko, does some things in this volume that kind of upset me, so I'm a little bit mad at him right now. um, but yeah, it's just such a good series, and I really want to watch the anime adaptation of this just so I can actually hear the music that these guys are playing, because that is one thing that's kind of sad when you're reading a manga, that's about a band or about music. You don't actually get to hear the music. But although you don't get to hear the music while you're reading this, I really don't think it detracts from the enjoyment at all, really. Like, I still thoroughly enjoyed myself either way. Um, and yeah, this series is just so good so far. It's kind of interesting because due to like the age gaps between characters, because these guys are in high school and these guys are like in college, I believe they're like in their early 20s. It almost has a like new adult feeling rather than like a high school story, which I really like. And I really like that this series isn't afraid of like kind of touching on darker topics, because we do learn that Mafuyu kind of has some past trauma and baggage that he has not yet worked through, and we kind of get to see how that is kind of affecting his present relationships. And yeah, I just really like all of the character relationship dynamics, and I'm just so excited to see where the story goes from here. I believe that this is an 8 volume series in total. I'm not sure if it's ongoing, but I believe 8 volumes is all that's out right now, so it's really not that many to pick up. I cannot wait to buy the other 4 and completely binge read them as well. Another thing I wanted to mention really quick is that this is actually my very first Sublime title. So I wasn't exactly sure what I was getting into as far as like how explicit this was going to be, but it's not explicit at all. Like, it's actually very tame, um, which I actually quite like. I am not someone who reads explicit BL. Totally fine if that's what you're into. It's just not really my thing. But this is definitely more of a shonen ai type of series than like a hardcore yaoi. So if you're not super into like smut or explicit stuff, give this one a try. I feel like it's a really good like first BL, like for people who are wanting to get into BL but like are kind of just testing the waters. I feel like this would be a really good series to check out. But yeah, that's kind of all I really have to say about this series. I'm just really loving it so far, and I hope that you guys will check it out. And thank you to those of you who have subscribed. I was not expecting to get any subscribers from my last video, so thank you to the few of you who did. Um, I'll have another video coming sometime next week, and it's going to be a manga haul video, so keep your eyes open for that, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video.